What is going on, Jet fans? Matt O'Leary back with another video on this lovely Monday after the bye week. I am excited to talk to you about what was a pretty good bye week, all things considered. Was it perfect? No, would have been nice if the Lions beat the Ravens, if the Colts ended up hanging on and beating the Browns and some other things. But when looking in the division, it was a really damn good bye week. And I don't know about you, but I had a fantastic bye weekend. It was a great time. Friday night went to the Islander game, saw Jeremy Ruckert and Max Mitchell were there against the Devils. So if there are any New Jersey Jet fans, congratulations on the win, overtime win. It was a fun game though. We'll say it was a fun game. Saturday made the not weekly. I wish it was weekly. Made the annual bye week trip to Riverhead Cider House. Shout out if you know, you know. Riverhead Cider House is legit. And then Sunday, I didn't do any content. No videos went up, which if you follow me or, just keep track or tune into the videos, that's pretty rare for me. But really just took the day as a relaxed mental health day. Did not move off the couch for the whole red zone, and then the Sunday night game. It was the best. I ate like an animal and did not move off the couch. It was fantastic. And to watch, relatively stress-free, right? Like I miss the Jets, and I love watching the Jets. But when you don't have that same skin in the game, it's so much more relaxing. So it was a really good bye week. I hope you watching as well had a really nice bye week, but the Jets did too, especially in the division. So we'll start with the New England Patriots, who pull off an upset win. I felt a little dirty rooting for the Patriots, I'm not going to lie, but they end up beating the Bills, and the Bills dropped to 4-3 on the season and just a half a game in front of the New York Jets. The Jets would have the tiebreaker as of right now because they played head-to-head and the Jets won. That could theoretically change after the next time these two teams played. But in this game, the Bills defense really didn't play all that well, giving up 29 points to the New England Patriots, and Mac Jones is not ideal. And to be fair, like the Bills, that wasn't the only issue that was wrong with it. Like everything that could go wrong for Buffalo in this game was going wrong. They had a missed field goal. The wind was crazy yesterday in these games. The kickers, I feel bad for the kickers because it would look like it was going straight, and then about 15 feet from the poles, from the uprights, just take a hard left or a hard right. I'd be like, oh man, could not imagine kicking in that wind. But there was missed field goals. You had a really bad Josh Allen interception. He also had a fumble loss. That's 9 turnovers. Josh Allen has 9 turnovers in 7 games so far this year. He is a very good quarterback. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that Josh Allen sucks. He does not suck. That's unfair to say. But will he turn the ball over? And has he turned the ball over at a much higher clip this year? Yeah, he has. And he probably deserves to be criticized a little bit for it. He does. That's way too many turnovers for someone who's that caliber of a quarterback. And that's something that's a part of his game, right? That's something that he's done. Interceptions have been there, and the last couple of years in particular, it's been tough. It's been tough for him. And again, that the Jets beat Josh Allen and the Bills by getting him to create turnovers. He had 4 turnovers in that game. He had 2 in this game. So that's 6 of the 9 turnovers in 2 of their losses. Like there's a recipe to beating the Buffalo Bills. And normally I don't think it's, their defense allowing 29 points because that's a rarity, let's be honest. And I know that they're down some key pieces, and that also could have played a factor in this one. But if you get Josh Allen to turn the ball over, which is something he can do, then you're putting yourself in a pretty advantageous situation to win. It's not going to happen every single time. Again, they're a pretty solid team, but at 4-3, they're beatable. That's the point of this of this video. It's not to just say like these teams stink. The Jets are going to go out there, run the table, and win the division at 14-3. That's let's try to be a little bit level-headed here. But the point is like the Bills showed that they are a beatable team. The Jets did it once in Week 1. The Patriots got them. The Jaguars got them. They are a beatable football team, and that showed in this game. And then on the Sunday night game, kind of a similar situation. Eagles beat the Dolphins 31-17. The game probably shouldn't have been that close because the Eagles defense held the high-flying Miami Dolphins offense to 10 points. 7 of those points were on a pick 6 from Jalen Hurts, which that's maybe another conversation about Jalen Hurts and the turnovers being pretty high for him. But in this game, the Eagles dominated. And the best way that they were able to do it was they stopped the run, which is something that they do very, very well. They're able to play their two safeties deep, and they kept pretty much everything underneath. They got scored on once, in terms of a touchdown, but they were able to contain, for the most part, Tua, Tyreek Hill, and Jalen Waddle, although Waddle left with an injury and didn't really look like himself when he returned and was supposedly limping off the field at the end, which that's something that you'd have to keep an eye on. But the Dolphins looked like a beatable team. And that's not to say the Jets are going to sweep them. Maybe they split with them. I would sign up for a split in your division. I think that is a good start and a good goal. But in these games that they've won, right, they're 5-2. They beat the Chargers, the Patriots, the Broncos, the Giants, and the Panthers, who have a combined record for 8-25. That's where their 5 wins have come from. And against teams with winning records, in the Buffalo Bills and the Philadelphia Eagles, they lost 48-20. So they lost by 28 points, and then they lost 31-17 to the Eagles. That's not great. That's not great. And again, that's not to say that they can't ever beat a team that has a winning record. I'm sure that they eventually will, but they're not this unbeatable team. They are. Both of these teams are beatable, which kind of just goes to show you that the Jets have an opportunity here to begin to take advantage. And I know that losing Aaron Rodgers 4 plays into your season really stinks. I understand that. There's been some frustrating moments for this New York Jets team this year, but you're in a division that is very much so up for grabs. You're a game and a half out of first place, 3-3 at the bye with Zach Wilson as your quarterback, and you're a game and a half out of first place. You're a half a game back behind the Buffalo Bills, who many people were convinced that is a Super Bowl contending team. And again, like the Bills and the Dolphins are two teams that you would think are playoff contending teams, but the Jets are right there with them. There's an opportunity here, and you have to take it one game at a time and win each game as it comes and as it's presented to you. But you have an opportunity. You're going against the 2-5 Giants. Yes, they looked a little bit better the past 2 weeks. They came off a win. In their win, they still only scored 14 points, and that was with Tyrod Taylor. And they've honestly looked a little bit better with Tyrod Taylor on the offensive side of the ball, but Daniel Jones might be back for this game, and still the offensive line isn't really all that great, and you would think that the Jets' defensive line should be able to hold its own against that offensive line. I think they do. I'm not saying that they're going to blow them out. I don't think the Jets are going to blow them out, but they're 3-point favorites in the game. I think they deserve to be favorites and probably should win a relatively tight game. And you have the Chargers after that, who they haven't looked good. They're 2-4. They just find ways to lose every single week. I love Justin Herbert. I think he's a really good quarterback, but their coach is terrible, and their defense is just absolutely putrid week in and week out. And then after that, you have to go to Vegas and take on the Raiders, who looked absolutely abysmal in their loss to the Chicago Bears. And go figure, Jimmy G gets hurt this year, and they started Aiden O'Connell against the Chargers, and that didn't go well. And then they tried Brian Hoyer, and that was even worse this past week. Like, the Jets have some games on their slate where you got to handle your business now, right? Like, you got to take what give the situation that's presented to you and now take advantage of it. And that's kind of the point that I wanted to say here. Like, it's nice to get the help, which they did in the division. Now you got to take care of yours. You got to beat the Giants this week. That's where it starts, right? But you have some winnable games on your slate, and then that's when the divisional games come. You have the Bills in 4 weeks. You have the Dolphins for the first time on the season in 5 weeks. There's an opportunity here. And you hope that it's something that the Jets could potentially take advantage of. But yeah, good bye week for the New York Jets, at least in the division. I want to hear your thoughts down below in the comments. Thank you so much for tuning in. Once again, I'm Matt O'Leary, and I'll catch you next time.